batting 8th. Playing in right field, Walker Freeman, and batting 9th will be the third baseman, and that is Abdiel Hernandez Sostre. Well, that's the starting lineups. Starting pitcher for the Highlanders here in Game 2 is Logan Harris. Give you some numbers on Logan Harris. A 6'2", 160-pound freshman out of Kingwood, Texas. This will be his 15th appearance of the year, his 6th start. 4 wins, no losses, no saves. 30 2/3 innings. He's allowed 12 runs, 11 earned on 22 hits. He's walked 15, struck out 34. Opponents hitting 193 off Harris, who has a 3.23 earned run average. He faces Sean Robbie, the leadoff hitter for the Lions here in Game 2. Final game of the regular season. Going to get underway at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The first pitch is hit on the ground to the first baseman. It's gloved by Ty Wade. He'll step on the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the first. Passes the bat to Jackson Ridge. Ridge did not see action in our first game today. Watches the first pitch in for a strike. He did play against the Highlanders in the second game of the 4 games. That was the last game of the doubleheader in Gainesville on Thursday. He went 1 for 2 in that contest after coming in as a pinch hitter. Fouls this one off. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Outside. Jackson Ridge, 5'9" freshman from North Richland Hills, Texas, hitting .250 on the year. 18 hits, 7 for extra bases. 5 doubles, 2 home runs. He has 5 RBI. He scored 16 runs on the year. It's still outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go over that defense for you here in a moment for the Highlanders. Harris to his stretch in the 2-2. On the inside corner, called strike 3. Ridge goes down looking for the first strikeout of the game for Logan Harris. Outfield for McLennan, Daniel Harden in left field. Marcus Smith in center, Walker Freeman in right. On the infield, third to first, Abdiel Hernandez at third base. Breckin Minuet, the shortstop. Spencer Budd at second base. Ty Wade at first. A.J. Goitia doing the catching. 2 outs, and now here's Drew Thompson, the designated hitter. He fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Thompson, the starting pitcher in our first game for the Lions, a 2-way player. Takes a pitch for a strike at the knees. He got action in the very first game of this 4-game series, went 0 for 3. Against the Highlanders, hitting .221 on the year. 15 hits, 3 of those are doubles. He's got 4 home runs. The 0-2 pitch is upstairs. Won't chase the eye-high fastball. Still a wonderful day for baseball here at Bosque River Ballpark. Temperature in the mid-70s, a light breeze coming in over the left field wall. On the outside corner, call strike 3. Harris gets a couple of strikeouts and goes 1-2-3 with the Lions in the first. We head to the bottom of the first with our score. North Central nothing, and McLennan coming to bat.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
My name is Tashay Sayas. I'm a music major at MCC, and I'm so happy to be here. It's crazy how I got here.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Leading off, number 9, Spencer Butt.
Spencer Butt starts things for the Highlanders. Facing Brooks Griggs-Bell, a 6-foot freshman out of Gunner, Texas, on the mound. This will be his 13th appearance of the year. He's got 2 wins and 4 losses, 1 save on the year. First pitch to Butt is hit on the ground to the shortstop. Rager has it, gets it to first. And Butt's retired 6-3 for the first out. Griggs-Bell in 40 innings pitched has given up 26 runs. 23 are earned off of 37 hits. He's walked 25, struck out 36. Opponents hitting .231 off of Griggs-Bell, who has a 5.05 earned run average. Now here's Marcus Smith. Takes the first pitch for a strike. It's the curveball down the left field line. It's in for a base knock at least. He's headed to second base, and he'll get there with a stand-up double. Marcus Smith starts off his final game at Bosque River Ballpark with his 10th double of the year and the 14th of his career. He's at second base for Daniel Harden. Harden, a 6'2", 205-pound sophomore from Prairieville, Louisiana. He's headed to LSU next year. Takes the first pitch up high for ball 1. Harden went 2 for 3 in our first game to raise his season average by 5 points to 365. Hits this one on the ground to the second baseman. Diaz will flip to first base to get the out, and on the play, Marcus Smith moves to third base. But 2 outs.
Now batting number 49, Dayton LeChance.
And here's the designated hitter, Dayton LeChance. LeChance 2 for 3 in our first game. He's had a hit in every game of this series. 6 for 11 against Lions pitching. He's also plated 6 of his 83 season high RBI against the Lions. Fouls off the first pitch. Leading hitter on the club, average-wise at 380. Takes this one that bounces in. Nice job by Macias, the catcher, to corral that one and keep the runner at third base. 6'4", 240-pound sophomore from Sherbrooke, Quebec. Takes a slider outside. 2 balls and a strike. Dayton has committed to Oklahoma. Will play for the Sooners next year. The 2-1. Again, a slider that misses out. Shots ahead in the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Got a pitch he wanted to knock out of the park, but got under it. Sent it over the backstop. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at third here in the bottom half of the first inning. Off speed inside and gets out of the way for ball 4. First walk given up by Griggs Bell.
Now batting number 19, AJ Goitia.
Passes the bat to AJ Goitia. 21st walk accepted by Dayton LaChance this year. Goitia did not see action in our first game, though he did get the start in the first 2 games, one as a catcher, one as a DH, catching in this game. 2 for 6 against the Lions in this series. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Did not see action in game 3, which was our first game of today's doubleheader, won by the Highlanders 5-1. Hitting .286 on the year. Takes a pitch up. 2 balls and no strikes. He's out of Wesley Chapel, Florida. Stands in at 5'11", 190, a sophomore. His first season, though, here at McLennan. Pitch is still outside, goes to 3-0. "17 extra base hits for Goitia, throw to first base. LaChance was still standing on top of the bag. 36 hits, 10 doubles, 7 home runs for Goitia. Looking to add to his 37 RBI, the 3-0. And misses outside, a 4-pitch walk. Loads up the bases in the first inning for the Highlanders, but there are 2 outs. Brecken Minuet coming to the plate. And Shane Kelly, the head coach, going to head out to the mound and have the conversation. It looks like it's just going to be with his pitcher. He wants to have a little discussion with Griggs Bell. Try to zero him in on the strike zone. He got the first batter on a ground ball out to shortstop. Then after a double by Marcus Smith, the ground ball to second base got his second out, but now he's walked 2 in a row. Quick little visit on the mound here. Try to focus him back in. Brecken Minuet, sophomore out of Houston, Texas, 6'2", 205. Playing his final game here at McClinton Field at Bosque River Ballpark. He started both games today. Takes the first pitch that bounces in for ball 1. He was 1 for 4 in our first game. That was the only game he's played against North Central so far this season. His 74th game of his Highlander career. Hits this one on the ground slowly to the shortstop, and he boots it, and all hands will be safe. Don't know how much the runner, LaChance, coming from second to third, distracted Rager on that. But he's unable to pick it up. And on the error, the Highlanders take the lead, 1-0. Don't give the RBI, though, to Minuet for the error, but he does get him on the scoreboard and move everybody up a base for Ty Wade. Wade, a big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Second game he's appeared against the Lions in this series, but his first start, 0 for 2 against the Lions in game 2 of the 4-game set. Another swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. 6'2", 225 freshman from Texarkana, Arkansas. Takes a pitch that bounces in. 1-2. LaChance at third, Goitia at second, Minuet at first. Landers looking for the possibility of a big inning, but after 2 are out. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On Ty Wade, hitting .258 on the year. He's collected 31 hits. 17 for extra bases. Fouls this one to the screen behind home plate. He's got 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 9 home runs on the year. He's picked up 36 RBI. Stays at 2-2. Brooks Griggs-Bell works from the windup with the bases loaded and 2 outs. This is high. Full count. Runners on the base paths get that extra head start here. Third baseman playing well back of the bag for the right-hand hitting Wade. The pitch. Going away, ball 4. Wade picks up his 37th RBI. The easy way with the bases loaded walk.
Now batting number 10, Walker Freeman.
Brings up the 8-hole hitter, Walker Freeman. Freeman, a sophomore out of Tyler, hits from the left side. Takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. He's getting his first start of this series. Came in as a pinch hitter in the first game of the series. Got a hit and scored a run. Pops this one up. Going to get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hitting .219 on the year. 14 hits, include 6 doubles and 2 home runs. The 1-1. Slow curveball. Doesn't quite get to the plate. Stayed outside. 2-1 to count. 2 runs on just 1 hit so far in the inning. Freeman fouls this one off. But an error and 3 walks have helped the Highlanders score runs here with 2 outs. All the runs will be unearned. That one bounces off the plate to send the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Freeman looking for something to drive here and bring home more than 1. And swinging a fastball, doesn't connect it. He strikes out and ends the inning. Highlanders come up with 2 runs. They do it on just 1 hit. There was an error, and there was 3 runners left on base. After 1, our score is McLennan 2, North Central nothing.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast-track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've
Cowan
had some...
facing Logan Harris, who got 2 strikeouts and a ground out in the first inning. Diaz takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 6-foot sophomore out of Hidalgo, Texas. Came in as the Lions' leading hitter on the year, average-wise, at .319. Leader in several departments. Takes a pitch that bounces at the back of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's appeared in the most games. 50th game to appear in this year. Has the most runs, most hits, most doubles, most triples, most RBIs. Been hit by a pitch the most times of anybody on the club. Pitches down, 2 balls and 1 strike. Now collected 52 hits on the year after going 1 for 2 in our first game today. That was a double, which was his 7th of the season. Foul tips that one off the umpire. 2 coaches going to come out and check on our home plate umpire after taking one off the mask. Shane Kelly the first there to check on him. Now the training crew also going to show up. I've been in that position and know how that doesn't feel good. As a friend of mine says, that equipment keeps things from breaking. It doesn't keep things from hurting. Our other 2 umpires are going to come in and check on their teammate. Trainer going to check him out and make sure everything's okay. Gets him a sip of water, and we'll get back to action here in a second. Earlier today in the league, Weatherford shut out Vernon in 10 innings, 10-0, and Ranger defeated Cisco 9-5. Cisco still not solidified as that 4th team in the conference just yet. They probably have to win that second game of that doubleheader against Ranger today at Ranger to make that happen. Back to play. Pitch is grounded off the foot of the batter and trickles out toward the mound. Of course, it'll also help Cisco if Vernon should lose that second game with Weatherford today. That would give them 18 losses. On the outside corner, called strike 3. I have to agree. That's what I would have called. Diaz goes down looking. All 3 strikeouts for Harris so far have been looking. One out here in the second, and now here's Ethan Gonzalez. First time we've seen Gonzalez today. He got the start in the very first game of this series, went 0 for 3. A swing and a miss. 6-foot, 190-pound sophomore from Argyle. Hitting .169 on the year. He's collected 13 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs. The 0-1. Curveball drops off the table. He swings over the top. 0-2. Slider at the belt. Called strike 3. That's 4 in a row for Logan Harris.
Come on, be choosy now.
That passes the bat to Caleb Cowan, the center fielder.
Right back at him.
Cowan has seen action in all 4 games as a starter against the Highlanders, 2 for 8 in this series. Fouls off the first pitch. 6'2", sophomore out of Denton, Texas. Hitting .246 on the year. 15 hits include 3 doubles and 2 home runs. The 0-1 misses down low. Over the top, found the top of the ball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris looking to strike out the side and pick up his 5th strikeout in 2 innings. Kind of overthrew a curveball there and left it up.
Come on, let's get you on base. Here we go.
Deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Harris with 5 strikeouts. Mows down the Lions in the 2nd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the inning with our score, McLennan 2 and North Central nothing.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports.
Limited action this year. Watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. He's collected 7 hits on the year. One of those a home run. That was a grand slam against Weatherford that helped the Highlanders to a win against the conference leaders. 1 ball and 1 strike. Takes a pitch that's a bit outside. 2-1 the count. Hits this one a ton down the left side. It is hooking, and it is a fair ball, and I'm sorry, foul ball. They're watching umpires to see what the call is. Anybody know? I think it's a foul ball. Somebody make a call out there. I get blocked off from the left field corner and have no clue once it gets somewhere around the foul pole. Just a long strike for Hernandez. They get 1 more chance. Slow curveball that's swung and a miss, but it gets away from the catcher. He's headed down to first base. The throw will be just in the nick of time on a bounce to get him out. 2-3 for the put out on the strikeout for Hernandez. 2nd strikeout recorded by Griggs Bell. One out, top of the order, Spencer Budd at the plate. first pitch up high for ball one. He swung at the first pitch his first time up, grounded out to the shortstop. Lines this one out toward the gap in left center field. It'll fall in for at least one. He's headed to second. Here's the throw. It's not going to be in time. It's a hustling double for Spencer Butt.
Now batting number 20, Marcus Smith.
Fourth double of the year for Spencer. He's in scoring position for Marcus Smith. Marcus doubled and scored his first time up. He's scored 51 runs now on the season. He's averaged up to 317 now. Takes the first pitch slider on the outside corner for a strike. The sophomore out of New York is playing in his 73rd game for McLennan. Start number 59. He's collected 58 career hits. 28 of those for extra bases, 14 doubles, 14 home runs. He's got 69 career RBI. Takes a pitch up high, gets away from the catcher. The pass ball will allow Butt to move to third base. A little tough opportunity there for Macias, but he got glove on it. And now Marcus just trying to get something to the outfield to bring home the third run for McLennan.
Come on, let's go.
Marcus has now scored 63 runs in his career. A .294 career batting average for the sophomore out of Harlem. Slow curveball misses down. Lions have pulled the infield in. Look like they're going to try to cut off the run at home plate on the ground ball to the infield. 2-1 pitch, fouled off over the first base dugout out of play. Way high, once again off the mitt of the catcher, but Macias recovers quickly enough to make sure that Spencer Butt stays at third base.
See a wall now.
But the count's full now on Marcus Smith at 3 balls and 2 strikes with Daniel Harden waiting on deck. Ball up and in. Move the shoulder out of the way to pick up the walk.
Now batting number 4, Daniel Harden.
That's the 4th walk issued by Brooks. Griggs Bell puts runners at the corners with 1 out for Daniel Harden. Walk number 45 of the year for Marcus Smith. He's walked 55 times in his career. Another sophomore at the plate playing his last game here at Bosque River Ballpark. Harden, 6'2", 205, hits the first pitch, but it's foul outside the bag at first. Grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. A .315 career average for Harden at this at-bat. Appearing in game number 117 of his career for McLennan. 114 of those have been starts. Go to first base, chases Smith back to the bag. Daniel Harden now with 123 hits in his career, 25 are doubles, 4 triples, 19 career home runs. He's picked up 85 career RBI and has scored 127 runs. Hits this one in the air out towards shallow right field. The second baseman, Diaz, goes out and makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting number 49.
That leaves it up to Dayton LaChance to try to bring home some runs here in the Highlander second. Walked and scored his first time up. Schatz has now scored 102 runs in his career for the Highlanders. Hits the first pitch off the pitcher's glove, but he glances it to the shortstop, who pitches it to the second baseman, who tags the bag to get the out on the fielder's choice. So Schatz ends up erasing Marcus Smith, basically 1-6-4 on the putout. For the Highlanders in the second, they get no runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 runners were left on base. We've played 2 in our scores, McLennan 2 and North Central nothing.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
My name is Tashay Sayes. I'm a music major at MCC, and I'm so happy to be here. It's crazy how I got here.
New pitcher for McLennan as the Lions come to bat in the top half of the third inning. Taking over for the starter Logan Harris is Charlie Kincaid, a 6'4" freshman out of Highland Park High School in Dallas. Logan Harris goes the first 2 innings, retires all 6 batters he faced, 5 on strikeouts, the other on a ground out. So a nice outing for Logan Harris in the start as the opener for the Highlanders in this game. Now it's on to Charlie Kincaid on the hill. He faces the bottom third of the order. Chase Patton leads it off, followed by Daxton Macias and then Cole Rager. First pitch to Patton is in for strike 1. Chase Patton, a freshman out of Frisco, Texas. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just the 20th game for him to appear in, getting his 12th start, a 192 batting average for Chase Patton. He holds back and lifts one out into right field, but Walker Freeman had him played shallow and makes the catch for out number 1.
Come on, Dak.
Comes up Daxton Macias, the catcher.
Daxton Macias.
Macias, a 6-foot sophomore from Denton, hitting from the right-hand side. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Macias, just his 10th appearance of the year. 9th start, a 143 batting average for the catcher out of Denton. Takes a pitch on the outside corner to the knees for a strike. 0-2 the count on Daxton Macias. Kincaid's curveball is hit back into center field. A little too much plate on 0-2. Macias picks up the single.
Good job, Dak.
Now batting number 1, Cole Rager.
Fourth hit of the year for Macias. He's at first base for the 9-hole hitter Cole Rager. Rager has seen action in all 4 games as a starter against McLennan. Cade starts him off with a slider at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Rager in our first game 0 for 3. He's now 0 for 9 against the Highlanders in this 4-game series. A 6'2 sophomore out of Maypearl. Overthrown fastball scoots in. Goitia scoops it up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rager hitting a .198 at this at bat. There goes, well, the runner thought he was going. He bluffed a run. Pitch is fouled off. 1-2. See, this doesn't show any stolen base on their team stats. 1-2 pitch, misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not a big lead for Macias at first base, being held on there by Ty Wade. Curveball's hit on the ground to the shortstop. Minuet to Butt to Wade. 6-4-3 double play ends the inning and the top half of the 3rd inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Our score remains McLennan 2 and North Central nothing.
Number 19, A.J. Goitia.
Highlander catcher A.J. Goitia leads off the bottom of the 3rd, followed by Brecken Minuet and then Ty Wade. Goitia walked his first time up, got left stranded at 3rd base. Brooks, Griggs, Bell starts him out with a breaking ball for strike 1. Another breaking ball. He slaps that down the left field line, and it's in for extra bases. On his way to second base, Goitia with a leadoff double. Third hit of the game for the Highlanders. Leads off the 3rd inning. Double number 11 on the year for A.J. Goitia. In scoring position for Brecken Minuet. Minuet reached on an error his first time up, but that brought home the first run of the game for the Highlanders. Their 2 runs back in the 1st inning were both unearned. See if Minuet might be bunting him over to 3rd. He does square and bunts it right back to the pitcher. He'll have to go to first base to get the out there and does so. So a sacrifice by Minuet. Moves Goitia to 3rd base.
Now batting number 22, Ty Wade.
1-3 for the put out on Minuet. Got that as his first successful sacrifice this year and the 7th in his career for MCC. Now, runner 90 feet away for Ty Wade, who picked up an RBI with a bases-loaded walk his first time up, his 37th RBI of the year. Takes a slider outside for ball one. Wade has collected 31 hits on the year, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 9 9 home runs. Takes that pitch outside. When he makes contact, he gets quite a few bases out of it, quite a few RBI. Problem is he's led the team with 46 strikeouts. Hits this one, cues it off the end of the bat, foul. 2-1. Now we have to wait while the ball gets retrieved by someone from the dugout on the first base side. That's hit a ton toward center field. It is treetop tall and over the wall. A 2-run home run for Ty Wade. His 10th home run of the year, and RBIs 37 and 38 gives the Highlanders a 4-0 lead. He's got 3 RBIs in this game.
Walker Freeman.
He's got 3 RBIs in this game, and that gives him 39 now on the season. So 1 out, nobody on for Walker Freeman. He struck out his first time up. One of only 2 strikeout victims of Griggs Bell. He bunts it out front. Macias jumps out from behind the plate and will retire him 2-3. Tried to surprise the Lions with a bunt. Macias was up to the challenge. Now it's the 9-hole hitter, Abdiel Hernandez, who struck out his first time up at the plate. Takes the first pitch, breaking ball on the inside corner, just above the knees for strike 1. 14th game for him to appear in, but just his 6th overall start. Takes a pitch outside. Second time he's gotten a start in conference play. He's 3 for 6 in conference games with that home run I mentioned earlier. Fouls this one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch misses high.
Come on, win it, Brooks.
Outside, 3-2. And Weatherford Vernon trying to win their way into the postseason, up on the Coyotes 4-1 in game 2. That game in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss.
Good job, Brooks.
Hernandez goes down swinging to end the inning, but not before the Highlanders add 2 more. They get it on 2 base hits. The big hit, the 2-run home run by Ty Wade. There was no errors and nobody left on base. We played 3 in our new scores. McLennan 4 and North Central nothing.
My name is Tashay Sayas. I'm a music major at MCC, and I'm so happy to be here. It's crazy how I got here.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Kincaid's first pitch fastball is up around the shoulders for ball one.
Win the at-bat, Sean.
Robbie 2 for 8 in this series against McLennan so far. Appearing in 3 of the 4 games. Did not play in the very first game of the 4-game set. Fouls him over the first base dugout, out of play. Might check the McLennan website early part of this coming week to find out exactly where and when the Highlanders will be playing their first round of the postseason. Pitch is up high. Just my own look at it, I believe they're going to be going to Midland to take on the Midland Chaparrals at Christensen Stadium. I don't know if that's going to start Thursday or Friday, but it'll be the best of 3 series between those 2 teams. That's in for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Robbie. Fouled off.
Good, way to stay alive.
Mentioned that Vernon Weatherford score game 2 of their series today. Weatherford needs the win to be the first place representative from the conference because Grayson has the tiebreaker if they should end up tied for first place. 2-2 pitch. That's again fouled off. If Weatherford should lose that game to Vernon, both they and Grayson would end up with 24 wins on the regular season in conference play, but because of the tiebreaker, Grayson would be the number 1 seed and Weatherford would be the number 2. 2-2 pitch is up high, goes to 3-2. Last I looked out west, Odessa was leading the western part of Region 5 with Midland second, New Mexico third, and 4th place was between Howard and El Paso, depending upon how things end up today. 3-2 pitch. That's lined right back up the middle into center field. Robbie starts off the 4th with a single. Second hit off of Kincaid, the second hit of the game for the Lions.
29, Jackson Ridge.
Brings up Jackson Ridge, the right fielder. Called out on strikes his first time up. 5'9" freshman from North Richland Hills up in the Metro Mess. Hitting from the left side. In there for a strike on the outside third. Foul ball left side out of play. The way the postseason works this year is the teams that finish 1 and 2 will host 3 and 4 in a best of 3 series. Of course, 1 hosting 4 and 2 hosting 3 from the North and the West. That's the first round. Pitch is in there for call strike 3. Ridge goes down looking for the second time. First strikeout for Kincaid, 6th strikeout for Highlander pitching, 1 out, 1 on. Now here's Drew Thompson, the designated hitter. He was called out on strikes his first time up.
Come on, here we go. Smart.
The 4 winners of those 4 best of 3 series will then meet at a spot in the Western Conference, the higher seed of those remaining, but ball's going to get through the 6th hole into left field for a base hit for Thompson.
Go, Cavs.
2 on with 1 out. The 3rd hit of the game. That brings up probably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, Kevin Diaz. Diaz came in hitting .319 on the year. Went 1 for 2 in our first game today. Struck out his first time up. Fouls off the first pitch. Now 2 for 9 against Highlander pitching for Diaz. A 6-foot sophomore from Hidalgo, Texas. Pickoff play at second base, but back easily is Robbie.
Come on, here we go. Be smart, Cavs.
And right now out west, Odessa is the top seed. So if they should win their series against either Vernon or Cisco, they would host that 4-team double elimination tournament that would decide who goes to the JUCO World Series. That was the last check. Slider misses inside. 2-1 the count.
Good job. Stay ahead now.
On Kevin Diaz. He's their leader in runs, hits, doubles, home, and triples, and also RBI. That goes all the way to the backstop on the fly, and the wild pitch. He's got to send both runners up 90 feet. Now 2 in scoring position for Diaz, trying to add to his team leading 22 RBIs, and that's also going to get a visit from the pitching coach, Peter Stark. While they do that, let's see if we can find some other scores. They're in the top of the 8th. Vernon still on top of Weatherford by a score of 4-1 in their second game of the doubleheader. Cisco was leading Ranger in the second game of that doubleheader. They're in the 5th. Cisco up 6-1. Win there for Cisco, I believe, would get them in. Get them 16 wins. Vernon has to get a win and also a Cisco loss to keep Cisco out of it. I'm not sure what the tiebreaker is between Cisco and Vernon. Pitch is up and in for
now. Here we go. Come on, Gonzo.
ball 4. That loads them up. Probably not a bad idea to walk Diaz. Double play in order with Ethan Gonzalez at the plate. He was called out on strikes his first time up. It's a 14th walk collected by Diaz this year. Fastball misses inside for ball one. Kincaid in his second inning of work in relief of Logan Harris, who retired all 6 batters he faced, 5 by way of strikeout. Tried to check his swing, didn't check it in time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Highlander coaching staff came into this particular game with the idea in mind that we've got playoff baseball coming. There's no way we're going to not be in 3rd place in the conference standings, so a win-loss really doesn't matter in this one. That fastball's in for strike 2. So most likely they're utilizing their pitchers to try to make sure that they've still got some gas in the tank when the playoffs get here. That's the reason why Logan Harris only goes 2 innings, and retires all 6 he faces, gets 5 strikeouts. Normally you don't get replaced after you do something like that. That slider misses low. Takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also probably giving some of the sophomores like Brecken Minuet an opportunity to play their final game of their career at McLennan here at Bosque River Ballpark. Slider is hit on the ground, 3rd base. It's a fair ball, steps on the bag, goes to first and throws it away. Ty Wade unable to get it, and it was a slow backup by the right fielder, Logan Freeman.
There we go. Good job.
They do get an out.
Come on. See it, bud.
As Gonzalez on the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 3, Caleb Cowan.
Brings home Sean Robbie with the first run. Thompson is erased, 5 unassisted for the second out. Diaz ends up at 3rd base.
Here we go.
And on the error, Gonzalez moves down to 2nd. So 2 out, one in, 2 on, in scoring position for Cowan. He swings and misses the first pitch. Struck out his first time up.
Come on, load up. You got it.
Can give Gonzalez an RBI for bringing home that run. One ball, 1 strike. Cowan 2 for 9 against the Highlanders now in this series, hitting 242 on the year now. That's a great pitch right at the bottom of the zone on the inside 3rd. Takes it to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Protect. Here we go. Right back at him.
I don't know what those ladies just walked by eating, but it looked like a massive gut pack, and I'm hungry. Kincaid's 1-2 pitch just misses low. We got deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Here in the top half of the 4th inning.
Hey, here we go.
Come on, Charlie.
Swung and a miss for strike 3. Kincaid picks up his 2nd strikeout. Ends the North Central rally. They do get a run thanks to 2 hits and an error. There was 2 runners left on base. We had the bottom of the 4th with the new scores. McLennan 4 and North Central 1.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform.
They go with the top of the fourth inning, but I'm not sure why our umpires are all meeting together up first base line. And Shane Kelly, the head coach for the North Central Lions, also out to talk to our home plate umpire as to what they're discussing. They're pointing over to the Highlander dugout. I think maybe we need a trainer for our home plate umpire. He got hit in the face earlier in the game on a foul tip. And maybe that's what all this discussion is about, is whether or not he can continue behind the plate. They're going to call both coaches together. And I got a feeling we're going to have a little delay here. Well, maybe we change out umpires. There's not an alternate umpire available. You normally go with 3 umpires, but during the regular season non-conference action, most of the schools in the conference only go with 2 umpires. McLennan chooses to pay for 3. But we got a little confab going on here between the 2 head coaches and our umpires, and it looks like we're going to get our change in behind the plate. So we got a little bit of time here while umpires go to the umpire room and change out gear. Believe me, there was a summer league game that I was just doing the announcing. I've umpired before in my past. And the home plate umpire took not 1 but 2 foul balls off the top of his head. And after the second one, he was a little dizzy. And the head coach of one of the teams knew that I had umpired in the past. Matter of fact, he was my trainer for umpiring. And he called me out of the press box and said, I need for you to call the bases because we need a different umpire back here. So I ended up umpiring the rest of that game. So we got a delay here at Bosque River Ballpark here before we start the bottom half of the 4th inning, with the Highlanders on top by a score of 4-1 as we change out umpires. It'll give us a chance to check some of the scores going on around the conference. Cisco trying to pick up a win in their second game with Ranger. They're up 6-1 in the top half of the 6th inning. Win there for the Wranglers, I think, will put them in the postseason no matter what happens to Vernon. So that would have them with 16 wins, and Vernon can only get to 15 wins if they win against Weatherford. So Cisco trying to win their way in after losing their first game of the doubleheader today to Ranger. Vernon still has a 4-1 lead on Weatherford as Weatherford bats in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Again, Weatherford needs a win to bypass Grayson for first place in the conference. Right now they're both sitting at 24 wins, but a loss for Weatherford in that game would put them at 24-8, tied with Grayson, but Grayson has the tiebreaker, so Grayson would be the number 1 seed, Weatherford would be the number 2 seed. Those are the games that really matter. Meanwhile, out west, Odessa winds up 30-6 and the conference champion. Midland is 29-7 in second place. New Mexico at 27-9 in third place. And Howard and El Paso are vying for fourth place. Howard has the advantage right now at 21-15, but El Paso has a doubleheader with Frank Phillips today and needs both wins there to tie Howard for fourth place. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a website to find out exactly what's happening between El Paso and Frank Phillips today, but again, a loss by El Paso puts Howard in the postseason and keeps El Paso at home. So right now, as things sit, it looks like the first round of the postseason will be Howard against Grayson, New Mexico against Weatherford. Those games will be played at Grayson and Weatherford. Meanwhile, McLennan will go to Midland, and Cisco would go to Odessa. That's the way the first round of the postseason looks in Region 5. Again, those beginning series are all best of 3. The 4 winners of those series will then meet at the highest seed left out west. And that will be a 4-team double elimination tournament next week to decide who goes to the Junior College World Series. Highlanders represented the region last year, lost their first 2 games in Grand Junction. Year before that, Weatherford made it there for their very first time ever in school history and finished 3rd that year. That was the year that Glenn Junior College from Region 14 won the title. Speaking of Region 14, this is the way they stack up going into play today. In Region 14 South, the Blinn Buccaneers are on top by 2 games over San Jacinto. Alvin and Wharton are fighting for the 3rd and 4th spot in Region 14 South. Meanwhile, over in Region 14 North, Bossier Parish has the lead. Tyler, though, is at 17-13.
Oh, they just don't change. They don't switch out. Yeah, I figured it's fine.
Bossier Parish, though, is playing for a 4-game series, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, they have to. They got a 3-game series left. Tyler is finished for the year at 17-13. Panola and Northeast Texas are the other 2 teams looking for playoff spots in Region 14. And, of course, the winner of Region 14 also gets a trip to the Junior College World Series. When I first started covering the McLennan Highlanders back in the Stone Ages, back in the 80s, only 1 team from Texas made it to Grand Junction each year. And it always seemed to come down, at least in the early 80s, come down between McLennan and San Jacinto. McLennan made it there in 80, 81, 82, and 83 and won it all in 1983. But after that, San Jacinto went on a heck of a run. Matter of fact, San Jacinto Junior College has been to the Junior College World Series the most. I believe last I counted, they've been there 27 times, maybe 28 now. But they're kind of like the folks in Grand Junction refer to them as the New York Yankees of junior college baseball because they're there a lot. Now, they haven't won it as often as they've been there. Had to change out umpires. Home plate umpire was not feeling well after that. So we're changing out umpires. Waiting. Yeah.
I guess we gotta have.
Yeah, gotta have. Either that or 14 umpires in the stands could call it. Except they can't agree. Gentleman coming by asking, why we're delayed here. Yeah, I've always mused as to why we pay umpires when we got 14 in the stands that will be more than happy to call the game. Of course, they can't all 14 of them agree on what's a ball and what's a strike. That's why we pay umpires. That's their job. It shouldn't be much longer before we finally get our umpires back out here. Cisco has increased their lead on Ranger. They're now up 8-1, batting in the top half of the 6th inning. Vernon hanging on to that 4-1 lead over Weatherford as Vernon bats in the top half of the 9th. Well, we're having a lot of fun at the ballpark. Everybody seems to be sitting politely and waiting for our umpires to return. Again, our home plate umpire took a foul tip off the mask earlier in the game. And between innings, he went and talked to his umpiring teammates. Apparently not feeling very well. After a discussion with our two head coaches, the decision was made to change out umpires. So most likely the umpire that was at first base will come in and call balls and strikes. The umpire that was at third will move over to first base, and the umpire that was calling balls and strikes will be in the rocking chair at third base. But I think that also gives him the responsibility of keeping the pitch clock. I did not umpire during the pitch clock era, so I'm not sure how all of that works. Looking back over the Highlander season, probably the one real disappointment was that very first conference series of the year when they lost 3 out of 4 to Temple. They lost the first 2 games right here at Bosque River Ballpark, then split the series down in Temple. That kind of had the Highlanders behind the 8 ball since then. They swept Hill and Ranger, split with with Grayson and Weatherford, and took 3 out of 4 from Vernon and Cisco. And right now I've taken 3 out of 3 from North Central. Weatherford's reason that they might end up in second if they tie with Grayson is because they lost 1 to North Central. They went 3-1 against North Central. Otherwise, they split with McLennan and Grayson. Right now, they've taken 3 from Vernon, but losing that 4th game. They took 3 out of 4 from Temple and Cisco and swept Ranger and Hill. Grayson, meanwhile, as I mentioned, split with MCC and Weatherford. They also split with Vernon. They took all 4 with North Central, took 3 out of 4 from Temple. They swept Cisco and Ranger and took 3 out of 4 from Hill. I'm going to have to ask this gentleman exactly what that is he's eating. Mr. Sprout, what is that? What are you eating there? Nachos. Nachos. No, that's nachos. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It looks good.
You gotta have something to make up the time.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, people keep walking by with food and don't offer me any. Politely waiting for our umpires to return. With the game halted in the top half or bottom half of the 4th inning. McLennan on top by a score of 4-1. We try to finish out the regular season schedule. Last game of this season at Bosque River Ballpark. Highlanders have a core of sophomores that have been very instrumental in the success of this program the last couple of years. And Marcus Smith, Daniel Harden, Dayton LaChance, Brecken Minuet, Walker Freeman. Smith, Harden, LaChance have been just gangbusters this year for the Highlanders. Harden is headed to LSU. LaChance is headed to Oklahoma. Marcus Smith is still weighing out his options as to where he plans to go to school and play baseball next. Brecken Minuet has committed to Louisiana Tech. That's one thing about this Highlander ball club. They do send a lot of players to the next level, up to D1. Starting pitcher in the first game today, Isaac, is headed to Arkansas. Go play for former Highlander Dave Van Horn there. Dave Van Horn still looking for his first College World Series championship. He's been there a bunch. Be the bridesmaid often. Got a pretty good team this year. They're taking on the Texas Longhorns this week up in Arkansas and won the first two games. Longhorns went in #1 in the nation in D1. Arkansas, that's the third game being played today of that series. Well, now we got the trainer coming out to talk to Tyler Johnson. I don't know if our third umpire is going to be able to even call the bases now that they're making that discussion. Let's wait and see. But we can continue on with just 2 umpires, but we'd prefer to have 3. We are delayed in the bottom half of the 4th inning. One of the most unusual delays I've been through. Been through rain delays and lightning delays when it doesn't rain at all. Been through delays as umpires decided what to do with after a fight, which McLennan was involved in back in 2018 at Air Hog Stadium during the regional championships. It was a game against Cisco. I'll call it a fight. It was more of a benches clearing disagreement. Wasn't any punches thrown, but because players left positions and left dugouts, there was a long discussion, probably about a 30-45 minute delay before it was decided that the game was over. It was a double forfeit. That was basically for the right to go to Grand Junction. And it ended up, the third place team, Temple, ended up going that year, winning 2 games at the Junior College World Series. After they got home and found out that, hey, you're going to go represent Region 5. Been some interesting things that have happened in this conference over the years. They're in the bottom of the 9th now at Weatherford, with Vernon still on top by a score of 4-1. Vernon needs that win, but they also need a Cisco loss. See what Cisco's doing against Ranger. They're still up 8-1. That is in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cisco trying to win their way in. Vernon needs a win and some help. Been a really good year for Coach Devin McIntosh and the Vernon Chaparrals. That's just his second season there after moving over from Clarendon on the west part of Region 5. Highlanders won the first game of today's doubleheader by a score of 5-1. They have a 4-1 lead in this one. Scored 2 runs in the first, thanks to a double, 3 walks, and an error. A leadoff double and a 2-run home run by Ty Wade in the third. Added the other 2 runs. North Central's lone run came in the top of this 4th inning. They got a leadoff single from Sean Robbie. He was brought home on a fielder's choice ground out by Ethan Gonzalez. In the top half of this inning, there was a run on 2 hits, but the Highlanders also committed an error, which could have got them out of the inning. So the run was unearned. McLennan Highlanders have won conference championships 25 times. They've been the regional titleist 15 times. Been to the JUCO World Series 6 times. 3 times here in the 2020s. Went there in 2021 and 2022. And then last year as well. Mitch Thompson felt like he had a World's Championship team in 2020, but that season got shortened due to COVID, and there was no World Series that year. He felt like he could have had back-to-back World Series championships in 20 and 21, and they've been able to complete that season. That 2021 campaign included a pitcher by the name of Logan Henderson, who just recently got called up to the major leagues by the Milwaukee Brewers. He was selected in the 2nd round out of McLennan, and after his sophomore year, when the Highlanders went to the JUCO World Series that year, he pitched in the first game in the championship game, got the win in both games, and I believe he had a grand total of 17 strikeouts in those 2 games. He was selected the top pitcher at the JUCO World Series that year. Milwaukee Brewers called him up to the big leagues late last month. He got 1 start, went 6 innings in that 1 start, gave up a run on 3 hits, but he struck out 9 in his 6 innings of work. Got sent back down a couple of days later, but I got a feeling we will see Logan Henderson back up to the big club before the season's up again for the Milwaukee Brewers. One of the first Highlanders to ever make it to the big leagues was Jay Buhner. Jay was a part of that 1983 national championship team. He was originally selected, I believe, by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Got traded as a minor leaguer to the Yankees. And the Yankees shipped him off to Seattle, much to the chagrin of George Costanza. That's always something everybody kids Jay Buhner about when he comes back for reunions. Highlanders have had a nice history of sending players that end up in the big leagues. We're going to have 2 or 3. We're changing umpires. That's what we're doing. Well, we're changing umpires. I don't know if he's going to stay and call 3rd base, or we're just going to end up with 2. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, there's a lot of equipment to change out when you go from coaching the base or upping the bases to upping the behind the plate. And if it's the guy that was at third base to start today. He wasn't expecting necessarily to be the plate umpire today. He may not even brought his equipment. He may have had it in his car and may have to walk out to his car and get it. Let's see when they come out of the umpire room exactly how we're going to get into this. But again, we're in a, for lack of a better term, an umpire delay here at Bosque River Ballpark. And the bottom of the fourth inning with McLennan being on top by a score of 4-1. First three hitters for the Highlanders have been swinging the bats. Haven't noticed anybody in the bullpen for the Lions, but now North Central going to head out to the field as we have had the umpires show up. And right now it looks like we just got two. So we'll conclude the game with just two umpires. It is the umpire that was at first base who will now take over behind the mound. And we'll work with a two-man crew. Hope our plate umpire is okay. This is more precaution than anything else. Umpires went over to discuss things with Shane Kelly, the head coach of North Central, while his pitcher warms up on the mound. It is still the starter, Brooks Griggs Bell, out on the hill. He's been through the batting order twice now. Has given up 4 runs on 4 hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 3.
Now batting number 9, Spencer Budd.
Let's see how many pitches he's thrown so far. Thrown 61 pitches through the first 3 innings. So here we go. We're back to action here in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order, Spencer Budd leads it off 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out. Now 4 for 11 against the Lions in this series. We're back to playing baseball. Swing and a miss. Spencer Budd was looking for a fat fastball on the first pitch. Thought he could put it in the Bosque River. Takes a pitch down. 1 ball, 1 strike. That outfield for the Lions is Sean Robbie in left, Caleb Cowan in center, and Jackson Ridge in right. Slider misses outside, 2-1. On the infield, you got Jace Patton at third, Cole Rager, the shortstop, Kevin Diaz at second base, and Ethan Gonzalez at first. Daxton Macias doing the catching. Another breaking ball. This one clips the corner on the way to the catcher's mitt. Takes it to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball toward the gap in right center field. Nobody's going to get to that one. It hits terra firma. The center fielder gets to it, drops it, but gets it back in quickly. But Spencer Budd has his second double of the game. Got that one maybe a little bit off the end of the bat, but still sent it to the right center field gap. Now 5 doubles on the year, 2 for 3 in the game for Spencer. He's at second base for Marcus Smith. Marcus doubled and scored in the first inning. Walked in the second inning. Now 3 for 10 against the Lions in this series. Brought his average up 5 points to 317 for the year. Pops up the first pitch, out of play, first base side. It's a final in Weatherford. Vernon has won that second game 4-1, so Grayson and Weatherford will be tied at the top of the standings, but Grayson will be the number 1 seed thanks to the tiebreaker. Weatherford number 2. I think that makes Vernon the 4 seed. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Marcus Smith. Slider misses outside. Well, it still depends on what happens to Cisco today. For Vernon and Cisco, curveball is fouled off. Cisco leading Ranger 8-1. That'll give them 1 more win than Vernon. Cisco hold on to that, then it'd be Cisco, the 4th team from Region 5 North. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Takes a high and away. Goes full. Marcus Smith has done an excellent job this year of working pitchers. Picked up 45 walks this year and taken a lot of 3-2 counts. Slow curveball is hit in the air to center field. Cowan gets under it, makes the catch, a tag at second, but he won't go. Smith flies out to center field for the first out. Spencer Butt stays at second base. Here's up Daniel Harden. Daniel is grounded out to the second baseman and popped out to the second baseman in this one. 2 for 5 in the day's doubleheader. 5 for 13 in this series. He's got a hit in every game but this one so far against the Lions. Takes a pitch, misses inside for ball 1. Foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harden going to LSU next year. 6'2", 205 sophomore. Got his average at 361 on the year right now. Collecting 66 hits. 14 doubles, 2 triples, 11 home runs. The 1-1 hit him. Got a piece of him. That's the 18th time he's been hit by a pitch this year, which is the most by any Highlander. Puts 2 on and 1 out and brings up Dayton LaChance. Dayton walked and scored in the first. Rolled into a fielder's choice to end the second. 0 for 1 in this one. But he is 6 for 12 against the Lions in the series. Griggs Bell checks his runners. The first pitch is a slow curveball that's fouled into the screen for strike 1. I think Dayton told me that he may have a chance to play in the Cape Cod League this summer. That'll be some great experience for him, that Wood Bat League. Fastball's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch clock down to 5 seconds. He'll deliver. Breaking ball that bounces off the plate. Macias keeps it out front. 2-1 to count. Going away. Just not giving anything for LaChance to put into play, really. He's looking for 1 pitch in 1 spot here. The 3-1. That's the one he wanted and lined it into right field for a base knock. Runner from first, that's Buddy. He's headed home. He'll get there safely. An RBI single for Dayton LaChance makes it 5-1 in favor of the Highlanders. RBI number 85 on the year for Dayton LaChance. On his 79th hit of the season. Harden stopped at second base. Here's Goitia. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Leadoff double by Butt started it off. Then after 1 out, a hit batter and now a single. Goitia takes a pitch inside corner for a strike. It got away from Macias, but pitch was called on its own merit. Sometimes it's hard to call a strike when the catcher doesn't catch the ball. It's not good optics. That's on the outside third for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harden with good speed at second base. The shot's not being held on at first. Fouled off by Goitia. Over the first base dugout and out of play. Still a beautiful blue sky overhead. With a breeze coming in over the left field wall, anywhere from 10 to 15 right now. Breaking ball stays above the shoulders. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Letter high fastball. No connection. Strikeout for the second out. That is 4 strikeouts now for Brooks, Griggs, Bell. Now here's Brecken Minuet. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Reached on an error in the first inning, which brought home the first run. Then he had a sacrifice in the third, which parlayed into a run. So he's helped the Highlander cause at the plate. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. McLennan softball team has won the championship in softball this year. There go the runners. The pitch is down, and both runners will move up on a double steal. Harden to third, LaChance to second. Both in scoring position now for Minuet. Count of 2 balls and 1 strike. There will be playoff action here at Bosque River Ballpark next week with the softball team. Slider misses down. 3-1 to count. Good job of taking the pitch up around the shoulders to earn the walk and load him up for Ty Wade.
Number 22, Ty Wade.
That's the 5th walk issued by Griggs Bell. Ty Wade walked home a run his first time up. Then a 2-run homer his next time, so he's got 3 RBI in the game. That walk for Minuet is 13th of the year and his 34th of his career. Wade hits the first pitch foul up the third base side. Freshman out of Texarkana just hitting .245, starting this series in conference play. .264 on the year. Takes a pitch that skips off the back of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slow curve ball. That's hit up the third base side, but it too will get foul. One ball, 2 strikes on Ty Wade. 6'2", 225, freshman out of Texarkana, Arkansas. Bags are full of Highlanders with 2 outs. The pitch, a slider that misses out. Twos across the top of the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Slow curve ball is fouled off first base side out of play. Another 2-2 pitch. Bounced in. Macias blocks it with his chest and keeps the runners where they are. But it goes full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wade's already walked once with the bases loaded. Be more than happy to take his 4th RBI of the game. Here go the runners. Pitch is hit toward the gap in left center field. The center fielder going back at the track will make the catch. He stung that one pretty good, but Caleb Cowan able to run it down. Highlanders in the 4th. They get a run. They do it on 2 base hits. No errors by the Lions, and there was 3 runners left on base. We've played 4, and our new score is McLennan 5 and North Central 1.
Now pitching number 11, Trevor Ainsworth.
New pitcher on the mound for McLennan.
Leading off number
As the
9,
Lions come to bat here in the top half of the 5th inning, taking over on the hill is Trevor Ainsworth. Ainsworth, a 6'4", 235-pound freshman from Pearland, Texas. Taking over for Charlie Kincaid. First pitch hacking is Jace Patton for strike 1. Ainsworth making his 8th appearance of the year. No wins, a loss, and 1 save. He's only thrown 9 innings, but allows 9 runs that are earned on 13 hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 9. Opponent's hitting .342 off of Ainsworth, who has a earned run average of 9.00, but he's ahead in the count here. No balls and 2 strikes on Jace Patton. Checking the game changer that is kept by Tyler Johnson in the dugout. I missed a pitcher. Line drive, caught by the third base. Nope, he gloved by the third baseman. And he ends up pulling Ty Wade off the bag. Hernandez did what he could to at least keep that one on the infield. But by the time he got up and threw it to the other side, it's going to end up being an error, I do believe. One way or the other, either on the throw or the non-catch. He had it in his glove. It would be the second error of the game, or the 4th hit. Swing and a miss by Macias. Yep, actually they do put a hit up on the board. So we'll go with them. That's a shot out to center field. Marcus Smith going back will turn and make the catch. Runner went halfway. So Patton will return to second base. Macias flies out to center field for the first out.
Now batting number 1, Cole Rager.
Apparently Logan Harris only went 1 inning in the start. They brought in Gavin McCullough for those 3 strikeouts in the second. I did not catch that. That's what they have on Game Changer, and that's also pretty much the official scoring. So I'll stay with that. Cole Rager at the plate. He hit into a 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And the count at 1 ball, or count it goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on him. Bounced off a home plate, going to be foul up the third base line. Rager still looking for his first hit against the Highlanders. He is 0 for 10 against McLennan pitching in the 4 games played. Sophomore from Maypearl, Texas. 1-2. Slider just misses outside. Again, it was Logan Harris went the first inning. Faced 3 batters, retired them all on 2 strikeouts. Gavin McCullough came in for an inning, struck out all 3 he faced. Then Charlie Kincaid for 2 innings. Gave up a run earned on 3 hits, walked 1 and struck out 2. Now Rager out on strikes for the second out here in the 5th.
Now batting number 8, Sean Riggs.
Back to the top, and Sean Robbie. Singleton scored his last time up. One for 2 in the game with that single and a ground out to first. First pitch is down for ball 1. Runner at first. Patton bluffed a shot to second base, but decided not to go. Robbie now 3 for 9 against the Highlanders. 2 of those 3 hits are doubles. Fouls this one at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 for 4 in today's doubleheader. Sophomore from Salina, Texas. Sean Robbie fouls this off. First base side out of play. Heads over toward the amphitheater. right fielder. Freeman takes the first pitch high and away for ball one. Brooks Griggs-Bell goes 4 innings, gives up 5 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. He walks 5 and strikes out 4. The 1-0. It's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Cisco and Ranger have gone to the 9th inning with Cisco on top 8-2 now. 3 balls and no strikes on Walker Freeman. Seeing the new arm on the mound in Charles Shadowins. They'll take the walk. 6th walk given up by Lions pitching. Here's Abdiel Hernandez. 18 walks collected by Walker Freeman this year. Hernandez is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts in the 9th spot in the order. Squares the bunt, pulls back on a first pitch strike. Slider, outside corner, call strike 2. Hernandez doesn't necessarily agree. Got to protect now. Count in the pitcher's favor. Go to first base. Walker Freeman dives back, but he wasn't that far off the bag. Freeman with 5 stolen bases on the year in 6 tries. Curveball misses down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good job by Hernandez to lay off that pitch. A 5'11", 170-pound freshman out of Puerto Rico, hitting .259 on the year. Seeing action for the first time against the Lions in this 4-game series. 1-2 pitch, inside, goes to 2-2. Modest lead for Freeman at first base. There he goes. Pitch is swung on a slow roller down to the third baseman. They'll stay out of the double play with the runner taking off. Hernandez grounds out 5-3. Freeman moves down to second base. A runner in scoring position for the top of the order, Spencer Butt. He is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a run scored. The run scored is his 6th of this series and his 47th of the year. Now 5 for 12 against Lions pitching. Bunts it up the third base side. It's a good one. By the time the pitcher gets to it, nobody can do anything with it. Spencer Butt butts his way aboard and also moves Freeman over to third base. Well-placed bunt by Spencer Butt. His 3rd hit of the game. Runners at the corners for Marcus Smith. Doubled and scored in the first, walked in the second, fly out to center field in the 4th. There goes the runner from first. The throw down will not be in time. Spencer Butt with the stolen base. Now both in scoring position. And coming into today's play, the Highlanders stole 14 bases against the Lions in the 2 games played in Gainesville. I think they had 6 stolen bases in our first game today. Fastball right in the heart of the plate, taken for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Belton Tigers have made their way to Bosque River Ballpark to watch a little baseball. They're in town for a playoff game. Pitch scoots in. 2-1 the count. Always good to see the high school teams come out and watch a little JUCO baseball. This field is used often during the postseason for high school playoff games. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Among the reasons why the hierarchy at McLennan decided to put turf on these fields. They could host high school playoff action, summer league ball, travel ball games. It's paid off. 2-2 pitch, slow curveball, just misses outside according to our home plate umpire, much to the dislike of Lions fans in the stands. Takes the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Noah's to his stretch. 3-2 pitch, up and in, ball 4. Loads him up. 2 walks in the inning.
Now batting number 4, Daniel Harding.
7 walks issued by Lions pitching. Marcus Smith now with 46 walks accepted this year, 56 in his career. Hardin comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. 0 for 2 with a ground out, a fly out, and been hit by a pitch the last time he was up. Macias goes out to talk to his pitcher. Nobody in the bullpen, so this is just between the pitcher and the catcher trying to make sure that they're on the same page. But the head coach is not sending anybody to the pen to get loose. Highlanders trying to maybe break it open here, up 5-1 in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1 out. Hardin hitting .361 on the year. First pitch is way outside. Macias had to leap behind the right-handed batter's box to come up with that one. Daniel Hardin now hitting .315 in his career for McLennan. He hit .274 in his freshman campaign. Ground ball to the first baseman. He will come home and get the out there. Fielder's choice erases Freeman. 3-2 for the second out.
Now batting number 49, Dayton LaChance.
And here's Dayton LaChance at the plate with the bases loaded. I'm going to venture to guess he's come to the plate maybe 12 times this year with the bases loaded. And I know of at least 2 grand slams that he's had this year, maybe more than that. 1 for 2 in this game, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Picked up an RBI with a single his last time up. Walked and scored back in the second. 1 for 2 in this game. Has his season average up to .382. Swung over the top of a fastball, a curveball that took its time getting there. A little anxious to pick up those RBIs here. He's 3 for 5 in the day's doubleheader with a couple of RBIs. RBI total now up to 85 on the year. Breaking ball misses out. 2 balls, 1 strike. But the runner at third, Marcus Smith at second, Daniel Harden at first. Plenty of speed on the base pass. Anything in a gap would score all 3. Popped up, right field. It is slicing over toward the foul line, and it will get out of play. A little bit of a north breeze helped that one get out of play. Which, that north breeze, a bit unusual this time of year here at Bosque River Ballpark. Usually we got a south wind at about 15 to 20 blowing out to left. Got a cool front coming through yesterday that dumped about 1.5 inches of rain plus some hail in the Waco area. Beautiful day today. Count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Sedona is doing his stretch. Curveball hit on the ground to the third baseman. He'll throw across the diamond. It's low, but scooped up by the first baseman, Gonzalez, for the third out to retire the side. For McLennan in the 5th, they get no runs on 1 base hit. No errors. Once again, they left 3 runners on base. That is 11 runners the Highlanders left on base through 5 innings. After 5, our scores: McLennan 5 and North Central 1.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
My name is Tashay Sayas. I'm a music major at MCC, and I'm so happy to be here. It's crazy how I got here.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
McLennan Community College can give you the tools you need to meet your goals, whether you plan to fast track toward a successful career or lay the foundation for advanced educational opportunities. MCC works for me.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network.
And a loss and no saves. First batter he faces is Drew Thompson, the designated hitter. Takes the first pitch slider inside corner for a strike. Bowers in 17 and a third innings has allowed 21 runs. 13 are earned on 12 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 21. Opponent's hitting .280 off of Bowers. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Starts the game with a earned runs average of 6.75 for Hawk Bowers. Quickly ahead of Drew Thompson, who's 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Hits this one right off of Bowers. It ricochets over toward first base. The first baseman will underhand it to Bowers, and that is a 1-3-1 putout. And now we're going to go check on Hawk Bowers. 1-3-1 putout. And now we're going to go check on Hawk Bowers. 1-3-1 putout. And now we're going to go check on Hawk Bowers. 1-3-1 putout. And now we're going to go check on Hawk Bowers. 1-3-1 putout. And now we're going to go check on Hawk Bowers. unusual put out, but now we'll see if Hochbauer is any worse for the wear after taking that line shot off the bat of Drew Thompson. Peter Stark says he's just fine, at least for now. Already lost one umpire in this game. That'll bring up Kevin Diaz. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Diaz is just 2 for 9 against the Highlanders in this series. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Pops this one foul over the first base dugout. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Hawk Bowers comes out of the bullpen, probably for just an inning, and doing everything he can to be aggressive and throwing strikes. Breaking ball, that's hit weakly up the middle. The shortstop Minuet gets to it near the bag at second. His throw to first base is in time for the out. 6-3 for the put out for out number 2. That'll bring up Ethan Gonzalez, the first baseman. RBI fielder's choice his last trip to the plate, but he's 0 for 2 in the game. Six foot, 190-pound sophomore from Argyle, Texas, swings and misses the first pitch. Started the first in the 4th game of this 4-game series. Takes a slider for a strike, 0-2. He's 0 for 5 against the Highlanders so far in the 2 games he's appeared in. Fastball, swung and missed for strike 3. Hawk Bowers makes quick work of the Lions in the 6th. 3 up and 3 down. And at the bottom of the 6th with our score, McLennan 5 and North Central 1.
Leading off number 19, AJ Goitia.
AJ Goitia leads it off for McLennan here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Looks like we've got a couple of defensive replacements for North Central. Goitia takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Chase Patton has moved over to shortstop. Pitch misses up. Got a new third baseman. That is 27, not listed on the roster. Not sure who that is. We got number 27 playing third base. We also got a new second baseman as Vince Villegas has taken over at second base. Pitch inside, 4-pitch walk for Goitia here in the bottom of the 6th. 8th walk issued by North Central pitching. Who's up? Brecken Minuet. Pitch into Minuet for a strike. Fly ball out to center field. Gallins gets under it and makes the catch. One away.
Now batting number 22, Ty Wade.
Now here's Ty Wade. He's provided 3 RBIs in the game with a bases loaded walk and a 2-run homer. Wade's brought his average up to 262 with his 1 for 2 in this one. Hits this one toward the gap in right field. It is bounced one hop off the wall. Runner from first is headed around the third base. He'll come home. It's an RBI double for Ty Wade. He's got 4 RBI in the game. And the Highlanders lead goes to 6-1. Well, that's a bat the Highlanders will hope will continue this hitting streak in the postseason. He's 2 for 3 today with 4 RBI. It's his 7th double of the year and his 40th double of the season. Or excuse me, 40th RBI of the season. He's at second base for Walker Freeman. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Freeman 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a walk. Two balls and no strikes. Nobody working in the North Central bullpen. Charles Shadowan's the second pitcher of the game in his second inning of work for the Lions. Giving up a run on 2 hits so far. Pitch is skied foul to the third base side. Third baseman going over, giving it a look, but it gets into the Highlander bullpen. Sophomore out of Tyler, appearing in his 73rd career game for the Highlanders. He's picked up 39 career hits, 20 of those for extra bases, 14 doubles, and 6 career home runs. The 2-1. That's poked foul left side out of play. Turnover is pretty much the order of the day in junior college baseball, but the Highlanders have had about 5 sophomores that have been a core of this ball club. Went to the World Series last year and trying to get there this year. That pitch all the way to the backstop on the fly. Wild pitch will send Ty Wade down to third base. A count of 3 balls and 2 strikes on Walker Freeman. Macias going to go out and talk to Shadowins after that. That's another mound visit. When you get 30-minute delays for umpiring changes, it kind of takes the starch out of those pitch counts and mound visits and all those other rules they put in to, quote, quote, speed up the game. I'll get on my soapbox for a second. Baseball doesn't need to be sped up. Now I'll step back off my soapbox. The 3-2. That's outside, ball 4. Runners at the corners. Double play is in order for the 9-hole hitter, Abdiel Hernandez. Oh for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out to third base. Brought his average down 30 points today from 280 to 250. Bunts it right back to the pitcher. Coming home and scoring is Ty Wade. But Hernandez is going to be out at first base with the safety squeeze. He picks up the RBI. Sacrifice works. Bring home Wade with the second run of the inning. 7th run of the ball game. It's 7-1 McLennan. Freeman now at second base for the top of the order, Spencer Butt. Nice job by Abdiel Hernandez to pick up the RBI. His 5th of the year. There goes the runner to third, and the throw goes into left field. Freeman up and will head home. A stolen base and an error makes it 8-1 in favor of the Highlanders. Highlanders need one more run to get the possibility of the run rule. It's 10 after 5 and 8 after 7. Breaking ball in for a strike. 0-2, the count on Spencer Butt. Pitch misses outside. Cisco ends up winning that second game with Ranger by a score of 11-3. That's going to give Cisco the win they need to make it into the postseason. They'll be at 16-16 in conference play. Vernon got that win against Weatherford, but that puts them at 15-17 on the year. They're 1 win shy of 4th place. So it'll be Grayson, Weatherford, McLennan, and Cisco in that order. 1 through 4 seed from the north. Breaking balls outside. only game left in action that means anything in Region 5 North. High and away. Spencer Butt works the walk.
Now batting number 20.
9 walks issued to the Highlanders in this one. "45th walk collected by Spencer Butt in his first year here at McLennan. Here's Marcus Smith. There goes the runner. The pitch is fouled off. He'll have to go back to first base. Marcus 1 for 2 in this one with a double and a run scored in the first. He walked in the second and the fifth. Flew out to center field in the fourth. Puts his season average at .314 now. A .293 career average for the sophomore out of New York. A throw to first base, but back standing on the bag. 3 walks in the inning, and 2 have come back to score for the Highlanders. Matter of fact, there's just 1 hit in the frame, and that was the double by Ty Wade. Another throw to first base. Spencer Butt back standing on the bag. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is, well, the second baseman doesn't hold on to it. It's a stolen base for Spencer Butt. Marcus Smith trying to bring him home. Marcus looking for his 51st RBI of the year. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Slow curveball just misses inside. That's a tough pitch to take on 0-2. Slow curveball, that one is in for a strike. Smith called out on strikes to end the inning. Highlanders in the 6th get 3 runs. They do it on just 1 base hit. There was an error in the inning and 1 runner left on base. After 6 complete, our new score is McLennan 8 and North Central 1.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished.
Cheer. He was on deck, waiting to hit just in case Marcus Smith got on. Brody Cheer going into left field. Daniel Harden will end his day 0 for 3 with a walk, with a ground out, a fly out, hit by a pitch, and a fielder's choice. He will start to rest up for the postseason now. Caleb Cowan starts it off against Hawk Bowers, and he pops up the first pitch on the first base side. Ty Wade, the first baseman, gets over and drops it. Had it in his glove and didn't hold on to it. There are some official scores that will write that down as an error. I don't write it down as an error until this batter, if he ends up getting a base hit, then or gets on by way of walk, I will charge an error. But if he makes an out, look at it as no harm, no foul. That's hit into right field. Going back is Walker Freeman, and he will make the catch in front of the warning track for out number 1. Hit it hard, but just in the area where Freeman could run it down.
Now batting number 9, Jace Patton.
Cowan now 0 for 3 in the game. 1 for 11, or 2 for 11 in this series. Here's Jace Patton, who moved from third over to shortstop in the last half inning. He's 1 for 2 in the game, singled his last time up. He hits the first pitch he sees and loops it back behind the shortstop. Brecken Minuet will range back and make the catch. And there's 2 away.
Now batting number 35, Daxton Macias.
Here's Daxton Macias, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to center field. The hit for Macias was just his 4th of the year. Just the 9th start of the season for him. Hadn't accounted 2 balls and no strikes on Hawk Bowers in his 2nd inning of work as the 5th pitcher of the game for McLennan. That's in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harris faced the retired all 3 batters he faced. Gavin McCullough retired all 3 batters he faced. Charlie Kincaid went 2 innings, pitches upstairs. He gave up a run on 3 hits. Trevor Ainsworth came in for an inning, retired the 3 batters he faced. I'll take that back. He gave up 2 singles, but retired the Lions. Left those 2 runners on base. Hawk Bowers right now trying to become a pitcher who's retired all 6 batters he's faced. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch. Hits him. Breaking ball that didn't have enough bite on it. So Macias becomes a 2-out base runner for Cole Rager. And it will not be Rager. It'll be number 27, who still haven't figured out who he is.
Pinch hitting number 27, James Bowden.
One other source I can check, maybe. James Bodine. He watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. He came in to play third base. Not listed on the roster anywhere. Looking if I can find him in their stats anywhere. I don't see him in their stats either. So best I know, this is his first at-bat of the season, his first appearance of the season. Two-one pitch. That's in the heart of the plate and taken for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with a runner at first base here in the top half of the 7th inning. Line shot, gonna slice foul out of play. Bowers to the belt. Kicking the pitch. Down low. Goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got the first 2 on flyouts. Then hit Macias. And now facing a 9-hole hitter, Bodine. Little blooper behind the bag at third, going to fall in for a base hit. The runner was off with the pitch, so he heads for third base. The throw from the outfield will not be in time. It's a bloop single for James Bodine. That puts runners at the corners with 2 outs and brings the top of the order to the plate.
Now batting number 8, Sean Ray.
So here's Robbie. He's 2 for 3 in the game and scored the only run for the Lions so far. Going to get a visit to the mound from the pitching coach, Peter Stark. I believe he's got the hook with him. That's going to be all for Hawk Bowers. He's going to go an inning and 2/3. Giving up no runs so far, but leaves with property on the base pass on just 1 hit. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 1. It's Stevie Doty coming out of the bullpen. Try to get the final out here in the 7th. Of course, part of the idea here is to keep the Lions off the scoreboard and possibly get a run in the bottom of the inning and win this one on a run rule, shorten it up to where you don't have to use so much pitching. Again, Doty's going to be the 6th pitcher of the game for the Highlanders. Doty, a 6-foot freshman out of Kettering, Ohio. Been used quite a bit as of late out of the bullpen for an out or 2. Be his 13th appearance of the year. He's got no wins and a loss. Being 12 innings before, or 12 outings before now. He's only thrown 13 2/3 innings, giving up 19 runs, 18 earned on 19 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 14. Opponents hitting .322 off of Doty, who has an 11.85 earned run average. But he has been very effective as of late for the Highlanders. Matter of fact, he saw action against the Lions in the first game of this 4-game series. He got the final 2 outs of that game in the 7th inning on a couple of flyouts. So he went 2/3 of an inning against the Lions earlier. So they have seen Stevie Doty. But that was the bottom third of the order that he faced there in Gainesville. He gets the top part of the order here with 2 on and 2 out. Facing Sean Robbie, left fielder. Had singles in back-to-back at-bats after grounding out to first base his first time up. 4 for 10 against the Highlanders in this series with a run scored. Cody's first pitch fastball is foul tipped off the mitt for strike 1. Highlanders had planned to use a lot of pitchers in this game. Didn't matter win or lose where they were going to finish in the standings. That pitch has popped up and out of play. Again, Grayson will be the #1 seed from the north. Weatherford #2, McLennan #3, and Cisco #4. Fly ball toward the gap in right center field. It's going to fall in for a base knock. Walker Freeman gets it back in quickly. But it's an RBI single for Sean Robbie. His 3rd hit of the game. His 11th or 12th RBI of the year. Sia scores from third base. Bodine stopped at second base. Now here's Jackson Ridge. First pitch hacking comes up empty. Check that. This is Destin Edwards at the plate. This takes strike 2. So pinch hitter in the 2 spot is Destin Edwards. Out of Chicago, Illinois, 6'2" freshman. Takes it down. 1-2 the count. Edwards hitting .207 on the year. Just 6 hits. One of those a double. 1-2 pitch. He didn't check it in time. It's a strikeout. Doty gives up an inherited run. 1 run on 2 hits. No Highlander errors, and 2 runners are left on base. Go to the bottom of the 7th with a new score. It's McLennan 8 and North Central 2.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
MCC has definitely benefited me most on not only what I want to do, but who I aspire to be. Expect every professor to help you become who you want to be and more. Create your own success at MCC.
My name is Tashay Sayes. I'm a music major at MCC, and I'm so happy to be here. It's crazy how I got here.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Whether you're fast-tracking toward a rewarding career or building the foundation for advanced studies, you'll find a path to success with one of McLennan Community College's 140-plus degree and certification programs. MCC works for me.
Brody Cheer leads it off for the Highlanders here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Batting in the 3 spot in the order for Daniel Harden, who was lifted as a defensive replacement. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Brody saw action in our first game today, went 0 for 2 with a walk. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Got a left-hander on the mound for the North Central Lions here. Pitch misses upstairs. Taking over on the hill for the Lions is Graydon Hazard, a 5'10 freshman from Alvarado. Gets that one in for a strike. Give you some numbered on Hazard here in a moment. Got the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. His 13th appearance of the year. Pitch is fouled off by Cheer. 1 win, 2 losses, no saves. He's tossed 13 in the 3rd, giving up 16 runs, 13 earned on just 10 hits. He's walked 21, struck out 6. Opponents hitting .278 off a Hazard. He has an 8.78 earned run average. And ball 4. Brody Cheer works the walk to start the 7th.
Now batting number 49, Dayton LaChance.
Here comes the designated hitter, Dayton LaChance. Dayton is 1 for 3 in this game. 7 for 14, though, against the Lions in this series with a couple of runs scored and 7 RBI. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Walked and scored in the 1st. Ended the 2nd with a fielder's choice. Singled homer run in the 4th. And then grounded out to 3rd base to end the 5th. Breaking ball misses out. 2 balls and no strikes. Hazard, the 3rd pitcher of the game for North Central. Brooks Griggs Bell started it. Charles Jadowins went 2 innings. And now it's Graydon Hazard. A walk issued to LaChance. Moves Cheer down to 2nd base. Highlanders have the 2 run zone that they need to walk it off on a run rule. Tia watches the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. A walk to LaChance's 2nd of the day and his 22nd of the year, 44 for his career here at McLennan. Slider's in for a strike. AJ is 1 for 2 officially. He's walked twice, scored twice. His 1 hit's a double. He's now scored 41 runs for the Highlanders this year. It's this one that's slicing down the 3rd base, our 1st base side, gets out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Look in by Hazard. Pitch clock is down to 7. Now he goes to his stretch. Fastball is off the catcher's mitt, but the runners will stay where they are. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Goitia goes down swinging. First strikeout for Hazard. 6 strikeouts for Lions pitching. Now here's Brecken Minuet. Minuet is 0 for 3 officially, or 0 for 2 officially in the game. They get a pinch runner at first base for LaChance. There's Owen Egan going to run at first for LaChance. There go the runners, and they're going to end up easily stealing the base. Cias had no opportunity. Now a base hit into a gap by Minuet. Could walk it off. Bounced in. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the Highlander sophomore out of Houston. Playing his final game here at McLennan Field. Currently hitting .293 on the year. Takes a pitch down. Goes to 2-1. Reached on an error in the first, had a sacrifice in the third, walked in the fourth, and then flew out to center field in the 6th. Pitch bounces off a home plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. First base is open. Highlanders have been walked 10 times in this game. Checked his swing, checked it in time. Ball 4. Bags are full of Highlanders. Second walk for Minuet in the game, is 14th of the year and 35th of his career. And here's the guy that has provided 4 of the RBIs for the Highlanders in this game, Ty Wade. A bases loaded walk in the first, a 2-run homer in the third, a fly out to center field in the fourth, and then an RBI double and a run scored in the 6th. He fouls off the first pitch over to the amphitheater. So 2 for 3 officially, has raised his average up to .268 on the year. And 2 for 5 against the Lions in this series. Takes a pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off.
Let's go, Ty.
Just a bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bags full and 1 out. Anything to the outfield most likely will walk it off for the Highlanders on the run rule. That's up high. He's already walked once in this game with the bases full. He'll do it again and pick up his 5th RBI of the game. And now Walker Freeman at the plate. .41 RBI on the year now for Ty Wade. Freeman walked and scored his last time up. Matter of fact, he's walked twice, struck out once, and grounded out to the catcher on a bunt attempt. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Lefty-lefty matchup here. It's left up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sophomore out of Tyler has appeared in 73 games. He's making his final appearance here at Bosque River Ballpark. Swing and a miss on a fastball, takes it to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 39 career hits for Walker Freeman. Has scored 34 career runs, 14 doubles, 6 career home runs. Off speed, swung and a miss for strike 3. Been all or nothing for Grayton Hazard. So he's walked 4 and struck out 2. Now faces Abdiel Hernandez. Hernandez with a safety squeeze his last time up, brought home a run. First pitch to him bounces in for ball 1. That's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. He picked up an RBI with that safety squeeze. 1 for 3 in the game with a ground out and 2 strikeouts other than that safety squeeze. 2-0 is a called strike. Breaking ball that hits the outside corner. Bounced in, gets by the catcher. Oh, it actually hit him. It hit him. Hit by a pitch. Going to bring home what is going to be the winning run. Picked up his second RBI of the game. And the Highlanders are going to go down and celebrate with Abdiel Hernandez getting the game-winning hit by pitch. For the Highlanders in the 7th, they get 2 runs without benefit of a hit. There were no errors, and there was 3 runners left on base. So our final score is McLennan 10 and North Central 2. Highlanders get 10 runs on 8 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 15 runners on base. North Central gets 2 runs on 7 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they leave 6 runners on base. Ball game lasts 3 hours and 3 minutes with about a 30-minute delay for an umpire switch out. So the Highlanders finished the regular season at 40-16 on the year, 23-9 in the Northern Texas Junior College Conference. North Central Lions finish off at 14-40 on the year and 8-24 in league play. So McLennan will finish in 3rd place in the conference. And at last check, I believe that they will start their playoff in Midland against the Midland Chaparrals. Not sure if that's Thursday or Friday, but it's a best 2 out of 3 against Midland for the right to advance to the next round of the playoffs, which will be a 4-team double elimination tournament. We certainly thank you for joining us for McLennan Baseball here on Centex Sports. Hope you'll join us again next year and also keep track of the Highlanders during the postseason. I'm Lark Smith, reminding you once again our final score in Game 2 is McLennan 10 and North Central 2.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.